Mario Martini. Was a Hollywood actor's life ever saved by a premonition? I read that Kirk Douglas' wife had a premonition that saved him from a premature and violent death. On March 22, 1958, a small plane was flying over New Mexico. It was later found to be overloaded and to be flying too high for the amount of weight it was carrying. The pilot lost control and it plunged to the ground, killing all 4 people on board. Among the passengers was Mike Todd, husband of Hollywood star Elizabeth Taylor. Mike was then enjoying huge success as the producer of the mega-successful Around the World in 80 Days. There was little left of anything when rescuers reached the site. Mike had named the plane the Liz. In his autobiography, Eddie Fisher wrote, "There was a closed coffin, but I knew it was more for show than anything else. The plane had exploded on impact and whatever remains were found couldn't be identified. The only items recovered from the wreckage were Mike's wedding ring and a pair of platinum cufflinks I'd given him." Mike had asked his friend and next-door neighbor, Kirk Douglas, to accompany him on a visit to meet a mutual friend, among other things. Kirk had readily agreed to this. Kirk's wife, Ann, recounts in her book, Kirk and Ann, Letters of Love, Laughter, and a Lifetime in Hollywood, "I don't know what came over me, but I had a strange feeling." "Absolutely not, Kirk. I don't want you on that plane. You can fly commercial and meet him there." Kirk wrote how he felt obliged to cancel his friend's invitation as his wife was so insistent, and which had been for that afternoon. He described how, the next morning, he was driving with his wife, they had the radio on, and the news came on that the plane had crashed, killing all on board. "I pulled onto the shoulder of the road immediately," wrote Kirk in his wife's book. "Shakily, I got out of the car. Ann joined me. We stood, wrapped together in a strong embrace, tears streaming down our faces. Finally, I said, 'Darling, you saved my life. I will always trust your intuition from now on.'" Elizabeth was also supposed to have been on the plane. But she was not feeling well and Mike had insisted that she stay at home. "192.6K views. View 1,582 upvotes.